Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. So today's video is going to be about my 2020 planner graveyard. So the first time I heard this concept was from Katie from A Printed Life, so I will link her channel down below. I thought October was a great time to do a planner graveyard, mostly because it's the scary, creepy, deepy month with Halloween and everything else. So graveyard, that sounded like the right thing to do. My niece is in the background doing homeschooling, and sometimes they put them in groups to work out problems. So if you hear talking, that is what that is. Okay, so I'm in no way, shape, or form going to do this in order because I can't really remember this in order, but I'm gonna go through that. I know that 2020 was supposed to be the year of the B6 Slim for me. I started out with this MD planner. This is so beautiful. I love it. See there, it's 2020. I had a blast decorating this. It was so much fun. I hardly used it as much because I found right away that it wasn't going to be enough space for me as a writer. And so I ended up changing this just to my writers group, because every time our writers group would meet, we do like little assignments and we would kind of work on a certain genre, like we did poetry for the month of March, and things like that. And it was working out really well. And then of course, because of COVID, that writers group had to kind of fall off because some of the people were older and weren't willing to figure out how to do it virtually. So yeah, that's where we were. At some point I tried to keep track of vocabulary that I was learning in here. And I loved how that looked. I loved it, but I was running out of space. And again, I kind of just fell off on this book altogether, but I really liked it. This is the paper cover. I think I got it from Amazon. And these vellum stickers are also from Amazon as well. The tabs are from Traveler's Company that I had left over. So if you buy the Traveler's Company sticker kit for the year, they come with 3 different colors of tabs. So this was amazing. I would totally try this again. It just, you know, I fall off of things, I get bored, I find new things. It is what it is, but I do recommend this. And they do have a leather cover. I think it's like goat leather that you can purchase that's more expensive. But I've had this for almost a whole year now, and the paper cover is held up very well. I put this in my purse, in my bag. I took it to the library a bunch. It's really nice. I did have at one point a B6 Slim traveler's notebook. I had purchased it thinking that my B6 Slim Jibun Tacho would fit in it. It didn't, and I ended up selling it. But I did have inserts by MD as well. But the reality is it's only like an inch off of the standard traveler's notebook. And it's like, you might as well just have that other inch because I love the paper and I don't want to cut it down. So, you know, there's that. Then we go to the Jibun Tacho, which is like my favorite planner of all time. This is a workhorse planner. It's very much a business planner so that you don't have to feel weird or awkward going in with your Hello Kitty stationery or anything like that. It's a really cool planner because it's kind of a mashup in my mind of the Hobonichi and the Traveler's Notebook. So you get this cover that comes with it, right? And you can use it like you would a leather Traveler's Notebook. So right here, this is the actual planner itself. And then you can stick in an idea notebook or a life notebook that they also sell into these little pockets here, these long sleeve pockets. And then you can put another one in the back, and then you have essentially a traveler's notebook. It is like a Hobonichi in the way that it's very monochrome. It's Japanese. It has a lot of information on it, like the Hobonichi does. The grid is really small like the Hobonichi as well. I think it's less than 4 millimeters. The only thing that's different between this in my mind and the Hobonichi is the fact that this comes with the Kokio light paper, so it will take gel pen really nicely, unlike the Hobonichi with the Tomoe River paper, which will smear like crazy if you put gel on it, depending on the pen. I've had this for a year. It's a little bit dirty, but I mean, this plastic held up, and so I really, really love this. We'll go with the Scribbles That Matter since it's on the top and it was next. You saw me do a review or an unboxing on this. I really don't love this paper. I would never buy this again. I think it's too expensive for me not really loving it. So there's that. I highly recommend using Leuchtturm or Moleskine over this if you want to stamp in your planner and not have any issues, or your bullet journal. I do recommend this because it holds stamp ink very well. I just didn't care for the way it looked. I don't know, something about it didn't make me happy. This was a no-go. I will not be repurchasing this ever. I shouldn't say ever because who knows, but I really don't think that I will. I don't recommend it for the most people. You can get something cheaper. So speaking of bullet journals, we have this one. This is the Memoir cover that I bought this year. I love it. It's an A6 size. It's very squishy. Some people might not like that. There's not a stiffener in here. It's more of like a filler or something that's very soft. But I do love this cover. I think it looks very classy. It was pretty inexpensive. I bought it for this, which is the Stalogy A6, and as soon as I got this, I thought, oh my gosh, this is a Dear Diary. It doesn't feel like a planner at all. I couldn't plan in here. Maybe the B6 sized one, or, you know, bigger, would feel better as a planner for me, but I just, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. So this ended up being a bunch of different things. I tried to keep my writing in here, like not my actual writing, but just some notes about what I was writing in my document that day. Also like word counts and things like that. Then it went to like a journal, and it was more of a dream journal that I kept by my bed, which is what it's currently doing now. And I like that, but yeah, I don't have any desire to buy another Stalogy of any size. I really didn't have a desire to buy it the first time. I just, you know, FOMO, and I thought, why not? I have some extra money, let's try it out. And it just didn't work. At some point I went to this. This is a Traveler's Company notebook in standard size that I cut down to a personal. It's a little bit, maybe even taller than personal size. This was forever ago. I ended up cutting it down, and I put in here a bunch of, I have like a whole week I didn't use. Well, I don't know. DIYFish insert. I didn't finish these last few pages in here. It looks like this. I loved this. I used this for several months in different sizes. I really fell in love with these inserts. Sometimes printables, I just can't vibe with them. And it's certainly been the case with DIYFish. But then this year, for like 3 or 4 months, I was in love with them, and I used them like every single day. This little notebook I cut down and I was going to use as a journal, but I think I ended up moving back to a standard size. So it's cut and ready for me to use. This was from forever ago. I think this was Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'm not even sure. When they were first making standard size inserts, this was just a lined, and I cut it down to fit into this personal size. I really like this size. It's so cute. I don't know. Sometimes I just want to go back to standard. Speaking of traveler's notebooks in different sizes, this is the B6 sized Santa Fe by Foxy Fix. I loved this notebook. I always love this notebook, but something happens with B6 size. I don't know. I can only stay in it for so long before I'm over it. At least once a year, I come back to this planner, but it's never like consistent. So there's that. I did buy a bunch of inserts, these dashboard inserts from Foxy Fix. I thought that would help me want to be in here more. But I love to use the Moleskine pack of 3 inserts that you can buy. And then, of course, I had my planner in here. And then I ended up finding digital planning, which was amazing. And I just was like, what? Why would I analog that anymore? And then over here, we have a blank one, which is completely empty. So this is sort of like something I can move in again. I would just have to reprint a calendar. This was a mashup, I believe, that I saw Carrie Harling do of 2 inserts by Paper and Cats. I hope I'm still in frame. So this was like the Paper and Cats monthly insert, I believe. And this is the month with grid in between. So if you buy that insert, you can also buy the habit tracking insert, which was a collab with Ink Imperfections and the Paper and Cats. And you could lay that in between the month and grid, and you could have 2 inserts in one. And if you printed it onto Moe River paper, it was a lot thinner than if you printed it on, you know, 28-pound paper, which most people use when they're using planner paper, or even 32-pound paper. I don't know. B6 and I are kind of friendly, but we're not like super friends. You know what I mean? So yeah, I fell off on that. Then we can pull this over here. So this was gifted to me by a planner friend whom I love. Hi, Jessica. And she ended up giving me this classic crock, which I love. And I used it for, I don't even know. It's been 6-8 months. I don't even know. But I've been using it as a wallet. I never showed it to you, but I bought a bunch of stuff from, what are these guys' name? Paper and Cloth. And I loved all of their inserts and things, but I just couldn't plan in here. I used this for like finances and anything that I needed to like keep receipts and cash and stuff like that. So it worked out really well as a wallet, but not really as a like actual planner. I did plan like when to pay bills and things like that, but not like I couldn't write in here. And I'm so used to the traveler's notebook and being able to write and plan in the same place that I don't know. I just didn't love this, but I do love and highly recommend cloth and paper inserts. They were just amazing, and I have a bunch of them still left. And I did print some freebies by Peanuts Planner Co. So you have like the last couple of months in here that I haven't used, and I probably won't, because now my Hobonichi Weeks is going to be my wallet for a while. I'm going to try that out. Rings and I don't know. I just don't, sometimes I love them, but it just can't be my only planner. It can't be something that I plan in or journal in ever. So it just doesn't work out for me. And then of course we have this huge guy. This is, I can't even remember. I think I got this on Amazon. I'll try to link it down below if I did. But every year when school starts, I end up walking into either Office Depot or Walmart, and I see the new planners for the year, and I just get nostalgic for high school and college, and I want one of these planners. So I ended up getting one. And I thought this one was beautiful. I loved the colors. So it looks like, let's see if I can find a monthly. It looks like this for the monthlies. I liked the lines. I loved that it was very clean. And this is how the weeks look. The only downside for me personally is one, the size. This is probably composition notebook size, so it's a little bit bigger than Hobonichi A5 size. And I didn't like that the weekend shared one horizontal like line. I prefer them to each have their own space. Because on the weekends is when I tend to write the most anymore, because that's when I do on Sundays, Lauren and I do a live stream. And so it's just, I don't know. I need more space for the weekend. Of course I can write it up here, but I do really wish it was divided differently. I think I ended up getting it sometime after this week. And so that makes this in, what's it called? Academic calendar. And I really, really love it. I highly recommend this. So now we are down to what I used the most this year and what I'm currently in now, which is the Traveler's Notebook, or TN, in standard size. So I have a couple of different ones that I've been going in and out of. First of all, this is the Traveler's Notebook by Traveler's Company in standard size. This is the black color. I love this little notebook more than anything I own. I just love it. This has one string in it, so at the most it's only going to fit really 3 inserts in here. Then of course I bought this baby that I love. I ended up getting it for still, it was like around 20, I don't know, 27 bucks on Amazon, and I love the leather. It's very like soft. It reminds me more of the camel, which, by the way, if I didn't say this was like the camel, this one's a little bit more smooth. This one feels a little bit more like suede than this one, but it's beautiful. And I ended up cutting it down. These were wide, and I cut it down to standard. It's a little bit wider than this, just so I could fit a little bit more. I can fit 4 notebooks in here pretty comfortably. And it came with 2 elastics in it. So I did have this. Technically, it's not a planner, but these are Midori stickers, and you get the whole year, and they're so awesome. I've used them all year round. I love them. I want to get them again this year. I don't even know if 2021 are out yet, but I think I ended up getting these from Jet Pens. I'm not entirely sure. I love them. You can't write a bunch in here, but it's still nice to track like one thing. Like if you were going to track, for instance, here, I was tracking when I started reading. I really love that. And it was really nice just to put on the front of my insert. So I think there was yeah, these were 2 days I didn't use. So this was again by DIYFish. I don't know, I was loving these inserts. They worked so nicely for me. And Hobonichi has somewhat of the same style as this. So I'm hoping that that will work out, because I was in these for probably 3 or 4 months. I kept buying them in different sizes. It was awesome. This one had like the monthly and like the tracker over here. I think this is when I started to fall off and stop using them. And then the weekly look like that. So this is an insert I would really recommend, and I will link DIYFish down below. Over here, I had this insert, again by Paper and Cats. And this is that collab one with Ink Imperfections here on YouTube. And I really like this. They do have this in Hobonichi size. So I think I'm going to buy it and keep it inside of my Hobonichi weeks. Did I say Hobonichi week size? I'm sorry. I meant Hobonichi week size. So it'll fit within here, I believe. And I think that's so cool. So I'm definitely going to repurchase this. I am currently using this, even though it's not in here. I just took it out to try something different. But yes, I really love that. This is just an insert by Paper Penguin Co. So this was like my first major year of trying out Paper Penguin Co. This is the square grid Tomoe River paper, so it's Bible thin. And I did get, and this is also by Paper Penguin Co. It has dot grid in the back. This is the monthly. It's very thick paper. Here's how October turned out. And this is how a blank one looks. And I like that it's very clean. And I just took it out. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it anymore, but I put stickers and everything on it. And I was just like, ugh, I just don't want to look at it anymore. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I think it's because currently I have this insert by Paper and Cats. And this is the, so it's definitely the same style as the Hobonichi Weeks. Man, look how yellow this paper is in comparison. Wow. I'm gonna have to get used to this again. Anyway, so I really love this. And when I have one calendar in here, I usually don't need 2. So I took out the monthly because I'm just writing everything in here right now. And then of course I have a traveler's notebook insert that I've had in here for a while. Yeah, I've been doing stuff like this and adding in those beautiful stickers by Midori. And that's been working out really well. So this is what I'm currently using now. It's very like slim, which I appreciate. This can hold more, so it's a little bit thicker. It's still not too bad, but I don't know. There's something about this notebook that I love so much in the design and the feel and the color. So I took this out because it said September in there, and I just realized that. So I'm going to put one that says October 2020. This is my last insert of the planner graveyard. This is also an insert by Paper and Cats, and this is the notebook. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's just like I'm trying to find a blank page. It's just the numbered one, and for some reason my printer botched this, so it looks very pixelated because the lines didn't all like they didn't all print. So it's pretty funny, but I was still able to use it. And I tried to use this as a reference book, like Amanda from Imperfection had, and I really loved it. And I think almost every page on here is used. But I think I'm going to be moving my reference notebook into the day free calendar. Which brings us to the Hobonichi planners for 2021. Now I know what you're saying. This is a planner graveyard for 2020. However, if you didn't know, the Hobonichi weeks actually allows you to start earlier than the new year. So it gives you 1 month before the new year. So this is December of 2020. And the weeks actually starts on November 30th. So you can use this for the entire month of December 2020, 1 full month before the new year even starts. So this could potentially be a planner graveyard situation if after the first month, I just can't handle it for some reason. Not because of the color, because I don't mind it being very yellow. I'm just concerned about the stupid gel pen situation and finding a pen that works in here, because I don't like the pens they come with. They make me write really, really sloppy. So also in the day free, the months start in December because they give you 1 month before the new year. So technically you could use this in December or December 1st as your bullet journal if you wanted to. I believe this portion, the yearly index, doesn't start until January, but if you don't care about that, you can certainly use it in December. And the weekly actually starts on December 28th. So you can use this, or start to use this rather, at the end of December. However, I believe the dailies start January 1st. So you wouldn't be able to use every single section until January 1st. So I probably won't even move into here until January 1st. Maybe at the end of December, but this one and this one, I can start a full month before the new year. So it's a possibility that they'll end up in this graveyard before the year even starts. Who knows? I'm a little out of control. And that has been my 2020 planner graveyard. So is there anything in here that you saw that you're definitely not going to buy in 2021? What was in your planner graveyard? I highly recommend that you guys, make a video about your 2020 planner graveyard and let me know about it. Mention me. I'd love to watch it, and also mention Katie from A Printed Life, since I'm pretty sure she's the first person I ever saw that did this. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. This one was trying to get away. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.